Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Today, our group will present about the Arsitek Professor by Indria Nielsen. We are from Group 4, Class D. My name is Miftah Hera.
Hi, my name is Ikomang Suryananta.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Nur Hilal.
Okay, my name is Ahmad Gilang.
Okay, my name is Andi Suhail.
Okay, my name is Rizky Aulia.
Let's us to start this our presentation.
Chapter 1, Introduction. Theory of Vitruvius. The three theories are: first one, utilitas. It means to satisfy the need of the user by attributing correct functional spaces in correct sizes and proportions in the plan. The second one is firmietas. It means strength of the structure to withstand the vagaries of nature and also its capability to withstand the torture of its users. The last one is venustas. Venustas means beauty, a principle to make a building which is architecturally good, then will give the experience of the building is enjoyable to its users. Chapter 2, Vocabulary. To understand architecture, it is essential to know. To understand architecture, it is essential to know the names of the various components of buildings, and those various components of the buildings are drawing, basic building structural elements, basic building case elements, staircase, masonry, roof shapes, truss, classical buildings elements, domes, and roof covers. Drawing. Drawing is the language of architects and engineers. Every thought and every dreams has to be finally transferred to some imaging mechanism called drawing. So, drawings are the only tools of expression for architects, designers, and engineers. The various components to make a design complete in drawing are plan, elevation, section, one-point perspective of view, two-point perspective view, three-point perspective view, isometric view, and oblique view. Basic building structural elements. Those are foundation, plinth, slab, beam, column, story, floor, ceiling, roof, lintel, and parapet. Next. basic building gaze elements. Those are pier, pilaster, porch and portico, and bay. Staircase. A staircase is a system for assembly of steps, arranged one after the other so that two levels can be accessed by walking and climbing the steps. A staircase comprises of many smaller elements such as tread, riser, nose, flag, well, landing and mid-landing, winder, and rail and bluster. Masonry. Masonry is a wall built with the use of regular or irregular pieces of brick or stone with the help of mortar as the bonding agent. There are two common types of masonry. The first one is brick masonry. It is constructed with the help of red clay bricks and mortar. And the second one is stone masonry. It is constructed with the help of regular or irregular stone is called stone masonry. It's also referred to as rubble work. If the masonry is composed of small uncut undressed natural stones. Roof shapes. A roof of a building is the ultimate cover to the usable and habitable spaces and can be of various shapes, size and design. The following are various shape of roof. Those are flat roof, slope or seat, skillion or lean to roof, open gable roof, box gable roof, silk box roof, pyramidal hip roof and ship roof, hip and valley roof, gambrel roof, mansard roof, butterfly roof, combination roof, Dutch gable roof, gazebo roof, and the last one, jerkin head roof. Truss. Truss is the structural formation or assembly of elements that help build the roof system to a desired design, shape, and dimension. The part of a truss including top chord, bottom chord, web, nominal span, overall span, overhang, pitch, range, pitching point, king post, fascia, bottom chord tie, web tie, nail plates, screw plates or gusset plates, roof batten or purlin, rafters, ceiling battens, and the last one, range cover. Here are some types of elements that are part of the truss system, including scissors truss, folded parallel cord truss, fold truss, flat fold truss, studio fold, try or cover truss, and the last one, barrel fold. Classical buildings elements. Here and below, some of the most commonly found elements of the classical buildings elements: arch, butters, column, capital, corbel, cornice, cupola, dome, dormer, final, pediment, spire, and the last one, turret. Next, dome and roof covers. There are basically two types of curved roofing, folds and domes. Folds. A fold is an architectural term for an arch form used to provide a roof system or ceiling system. Simple domes. Simple domes have similar geometry as default, and it is not being explained in detail as the figures explain themselves about the basic geometry. Complex domes. Complex domes are such roof systems that have a relatively complex geometry than the simple domes and usually have a different plane shape than the origin or base of the dome. Chapter 3: Classical Orders. Classical orders. An order in architecture is a certain assemblage of parts subject to uniform established proportions, regulated by the office that each part has to perform. These five basic orders of architecture form the basis of the most styles in history. The first one is Doric column, the second one is Ionic column, the third one is Corinthian column, the fourth one is Composite column, and the last one is Tuscan column. Elements of classical orders. Those are acanthus, bracket, bi or biberry, cartouche, egg and dart, feston, and fluting.
Chapter 4 Arches. Arches are highly efficient structural systems suitable for stretching almost all distances. It was probably the first time it was used by Egyptians in early 2500 BC and widely used in ancient times, building and structures in Greece and Rome. Part of an art. These are the so-called various part of the art. From the diagram below will be clear along with the description given for each of them. Types of simple arches. Arches can be constructed in different types of geometry and their shapes and the size of the arch depends on the geometry. Arches with simple construction geometry are listed below with images for easy understanding. It will be then that the arts described here are the most commonly used arches and are mostly related to the types of brick or stone construction. Complex arches. The type of arch that is slightly more complex construction geometry and is used in certain regions. These are has many center and is difficult to build. Chapter 5 Timber joints. Timber joints. Wood has been the basic material of construction worldwide until today. Wood play an integral part of architectural relation. The many varieties of what use or offer for the various function demand good and stable joinery methods to be employed effectively. Also, type or species of both dictate the joinery that is required. Briglet joint, also known as open tenon, open mortise and tenon, or tongue and four joints. This connection in the place through the open mortise on the side and for the shape of our four. The pair has stroke the tenon or naked joint. Briefly joints are commonly used to join rafter top and are also used on scrap joint and something still angle joint is wooden framing its basical and upgrade joint. Okay. But joint. There is a simple angular joint and is non-structural in nature. There is a very weak joint and is used by wooden or metal points to keep the member in position. Mitre, mitre joint. There is another type of angle joint where the ends are splayed or beveled to retrieve each other. This also is a weak joint and wooden or metal pins are required for affection the joiner. Fingered joints. Fingered joints may be of two types, lane or corner joints, alternate projection matching edge or other are made to hold onto each other. There is no structural lock in both cases and may be used only for simple cases where there is not much lateral forces is playing. Dovetail joint. As the name suggests, the joint separate the tail of dove. Its joint is much sacred and is able to sustain tension. Forces are the finger are key and locked to each other. Tongue and groove joint. The tongue and groove joint is generally used in a linear joint to place one plane is flooring located to each other so that movement in one direction can be restricted. Tenon mortise joint. As stopped, the tenon will fake tightly into a hole cut for each the mortise. The, this is a hallmark of mission style furniture and also the traditional method of jointing frame and panel members in doors, window and cabinets. This joint is a good and strong joint to use. Hull lap joint. There is another linear joint and is generally used for attention or elongation. This joint may also be used as corner joint. In both cases, pinning is required to secure the joint. Half joint. There is a derivative of the half lap joint and is commonly used in the construction of trusses of semi-structural condition. Her member cross each other at the same level and to get located to each other. There is a solid joint and is load bearing also. Dado joint. There is a called housing joint or tense joint. As a slot is cut across the grain in one of the member for the other member to be housed or set into a rabbet joint. Rabbet joint is used mostly as corner joint where a portion of the end thickness of the one is cut off or removed to receive the other joint member. Split joint. The joint is a derivative of the half lap joint and is also called sloped half lap joint. The purpose of the joint is also similar to the half lap joint and is stronger but more labor intensive to make. Kayet joint. The above joint system are often modified to achieve the shared result and such modification get their name for the joint types. Mostly these are key to achieving better strength. A web example of such combination joint are given below. 1. Half cage joint. 2. Split half cage joint. Combination joint. Joint tips are also combined to obtain better holding, tension, and compressive strength. A typical example of combination joint is given below. 3Y joint. Most joints discussed above are biplanar or 2-1 joint. Triplanar or 3Y joint are also required mostly in furniture build. A typical example of three-member joint into one corner is shown below.
Chapter 6 Breakmansary Word. Breakmansary word. Breakmansary is a highly durable form of construction. It is built by placing bricks in mortar in a systematic manner to construct solid makes that withstand exacted loads. The bond in breakmansary, which adheres brick together, is produced by filling joints between bricks with suitable mortar, closures, and beds. Bricks can be cut to special size or shape. For example, to finish off wall at the corners. Bricks that are cut along their leg are sometimes referred to as closures, while those cut across their width are referenced to as brick beds. Bricks are usually cut the name given to them include half bed, three-quarter bed or closure, quarter closure, king closure, queen closure, and split closure. Half brick masonry works. A half brick wall has a thickness equal to a brick field. Halfway along its length, a full brick wall has a thickness equal to the length of a single full brick. A 1.5 brick wall has a thickness equal to the combined length of a full and a half brick. Half brick masonry works. A half brick wall has a thickness equal to brick spilled halfway along its legs. A full brick wall has a thickness equal to the length of a single full brick. A 1.5 brick wall has a thickness equal to the combined length of a full and a half brick. Full masonry work. There are many types of masonry works that are used, but the most common are the English and Flemish bones. The width of these masonry bones are full brick, 1.5 brick masonry. 1.5 brick is appreciated by builders for its strength and economy, because when laying, you can save common mortar by almost 2 times, which reduce the cost of the object. Brick is quite expensive, so it is readily bought to create fences and other secondary buildings. Shock bricks are used when the thickness of the brick must be more than one full brick width. These bricks are mostly used in large brick buildings, but after the experience of frame buildings in RCC, shock bricks are most readily used. Chapter 7. Stone masonry work. Stone masonry work. Stone masonry is a kind of masonry construction that makes use of stone and mortar. This construction technique is used to build the foundation floor, retaining wall, arches, walls, and columns. Rubble masonry. Rubble masonry is a type of stone masonry in stones are used as obtained from a quarry or rocky dress with wider joints in contrast to axillary masonry wherein stones are giving a fine finish and joints are also kept in. Axillary masonry. Axillary masonry is a type of stone masonry which is from using finely dressed stone of same size, specs, and texture laid together in common or lime mortar or of square side joint at right angles to each other. Asler one of the finest stone masonry units and is widely used where stone is available as a basis building material. Stone masonry section. The construction of stone bounded together with mortar is termed as stone masonry, where the stones are available in abundance in nature's on cutting and dressing to the proper shape. They provide an economical material for the construction of various building components such as walls, columns, things, arches, beams, sorry. Chapter 8 Doors. Doors. The doors is a moving mechanism which is more like a barrier made of wood, stone, metal, glass, paper, leaves, height, or a combination of materials. It is important to first now know what the different components that make a door are. Door components. The following is the frame and the surroundings have specific name listed: masonry opening, frame, jambs, head, seal, shutter, threshold, force, fascia, and rebate. Chapter components. Chapter components. Almost all shutters require certain components to work effectively. These components include tensions, screw, Saturn rail, low blades, control roll, shutter frame, panel feet, and more. It is head basis component and detail components. Type of door with respect to hang. The door shutters is a movable fixed and stuck. How the door shutter move from the frame to create the necessary opening for space determine the type of door. Fundamentally, the hangings of three types are hangings, fitted, and sliding. General door material. Door materials are very important. The materials are wood or timber, glass, aluminum, mill steel, stainless steel, and PVC. Types of doors with respect to materials. All the above materials can be used in combination or in isolation. The design decisions are based on looks, usability, cost, perform, fire, and sound transmissions criterion. Special doors offer customized solutions in accordance with the specific need of the client and the project. This type of door is often associated with important hospitality and housing projects when the architecture firm want to design original doors, or when the doors need to match with all other design elements. The corrective doors. It has basically dealt with the functionality of the door without much mention of aesthetic value its doors. Doors can have a very high decorative value, leaving assessment of elegance on the specs and its users.
Chapter 9 Window. Next, Miftah next.
Next,
Window. Window is opening and part of the wall is used in place like air and sun and enter and give movable and moving cover and that's usually installed on the wall or in place that lacks in light and air. Window components. Windows design of the commercial and fundamental and window has two basic combination are the frame and the shutter. Window shutter components. Top right, the external horizontal top member of the window shutter. Bottom right, the external horizontal bottom member of the window shutter. Style, the external vertical member head, holds and shutter. Mulon, vertical intersection framing member. Transomen, the horizon intervention framing member. Fanlight, the top apparent pane of the window. Stay. I hover used to keep in the window and the particular position. Prediction stay. I hate that kept the window of the discern position window being required to lock into the position. Next, type tip of the window with window window have the risk kits of the modern bracelet or casement private and slate window have just and of gem hang and compressing the following noise tips. Number one, ordinary casement window. Number two, internal casement window. Number three, awning or top hung window. Number four, over or bottom of window. Number five, horizon flattened window. Number six, vertical protection window. Number seven, sliding doorway window. Number six, vertical slit window. Window nomenclature player to layout and location. Window get the names for this have fundamentally quality. These are set like breakdown like junction window, clear store window, sky like rough lettering, band window orange, window description, window visitor, window lettering, window and fresh window. Next, general window materials. By the materials they are made of the window are most commonly made of the following materials: this and wood, glass, aluminum, milk, steel, steel, and PVC. However, wood, glass, and UFC are the most common material with window are cornet. Taping of the window direction material. Window are general made of the two material. The most of completely used material is wood, and furniture of design can be in wood. These in team window, timber glass, window, aluminum glass window, window UFC glass, window and structural glass window. Special windows. Special windows means a window that creates and special architectural effect for each custom design. No typical font is catalog. His window may or may not be recursive and only involve or on more of the following attributes. Next. Next. Chapter 9. Staircase. 9. 10. Ladder, stair, and the most important vertical surface system in high building absolutely for the are legs escalator stair must still be as less as go to up to the building level as speaking during an emergency. Stair algorithm plane stair be plane wherein of layout and has be different pattern of which and yes, the most common and basic types disposition of ladder is gather the frame disposition of the plane and how the flick is arranged. The main rule to follow and stress the climbing should always be convex to create layering on the right sideways climbing. Safety standard on my star. Where you following is policy non-slip provides and tape and all preference activities. His done is two ways. His first option is to add on to sleep and tape about when the red is another option is talk to carbodatum is trace number two perform and dry space. Next. Part of the strife. Number one, the fundo or the frame of the strife foundation to instead the discipline or shift of the start. Number two, the step are the party of the part of the strife that use love for raising and soles of the feet. Number three, stress wrapping cushions and safety on the edge the stairs and can also be used handle with climbing stairs. Type of stairs. Spiral ladders. Spiral ladders spiral ladder of the original 4-axis mean B of ES surface ladder. Number two, circular or helical staircase. Circular anapTP will be shape of the planes smearing. Number three, circular non-radial staircase. These the decorative staircase with the red din is not radial and from the cloth. Thing to be score. Stair making request. Number one, the location of the stairs must be easily visible. Number two, the maximum slope angle of the stairs is 40 degrees and minimum of the 5 degrees. Number three, the length of the step of the string must be around 2-3 centimeters. Number 4, must have layer enemy room. Number 5, the height of the steps of stairs must be less 15 and 15 and 20 centimeter.
Chapter 11. Scale, Ratio, Proportion. Scale. Scale has basically two meanings in our trade. One is the scale of drawing and the other is the scale of an object, a building or a space. Graphic scale. Graphic scale are mostly used in maps and other drawing where the image print may not be of the desired size, and also this graphic scale is a mode of communication. Ratio. Ratio is a very mathematical term and means the relative magnitude of two quantities and has no units. It is thus expressed as the quotient between two quantities or objects that have a finite size. So the ratio can be between two linear dimensions, area or volume. Proportion. Many think that there is not much difference between ratio and proportion because both both are expressions that compare finite quantities for two elements, while while the proportion is expressed for more than two elements. Next, Chapter 12, Architectural Drawing. Next, Manual Drawing Tools. The image below is the usual tool required for manual manufacture. As already said, drawing are a visual expression of an architect thinking and therefore must convey accuracy, legibility, and neatness at the right speed. Drawing board. A drawing board is a surface on which drawings are made on paper or similar media. Drawing boards are of two types, one with edges usually used by architects and the second type is mechanic drafter, usually used by other engineering professionals. T-square. The T-box is a kind of slider that works on the edge of the image board for drawing horizontal straight lines. Drawing pencil and lead. Different types of pencils are used in drawing work and each is used for a specific purpose. Drawing pencil. This is the most commonly used media for drawing. Historically, pencils were used for all forms of drawing. Wood pencil, as they are called, and softness and are denoted by A and B marked on one edge of the pencil. Mechanical pencil. This is a much newer addition to instrument array and is widely used in recent time as the complicated process of using a knife to cut and sharpen a wooden pencil easy to avoid. Then lead mechanical pencil. This is also a subsequent addition, and in such pencil, the need to sharpen the lead is also gone as they come in a very thin variety. Next.
Chapter 13, Visual Vocabulary. Next. Visual vocabulary. A visual vocabulary is a set of symbols used to describe something. The vocabulary described here may be used by an information architect and interaction designer to describe. The following are elements that are included in the visual vocabulary to describe various materials in drawing. Next. Chapter 14. Color. Next. Color. Color is one of the important aspects in architecture. We can see color because of the light that makes the color reflect and absorb. Our eyes only see the reflect color. Light spectrum. Light is defined as the portion of the electromagnetic spectrum that a human is able to perceive. This visible radiation generally comes from the sun and actually with a small portion of the electromagnetic spectrum. The human visible spectrum falls in the wavelength range of 317 nanometers to 800 nanometers. Human eyes. The human eyes can perceive three different colors, namely red, green, and blue. The human eyes is called trichromatic, and the three colors are called primary colors. Next. Color space. The human eyes perceive all shades of color due to a sensory patterns. If it is present as follows: cubic color space, polar color space, opaque color space. Thus, a color is expressed by three numerical values is each of red, green, blue if the color which has individual spectral color value and pattern as shown below. Color theory. The colors we create are due to the presence of three primary colors. There are two types of color model. Next. First, additive model. Color or light is added to the one another to get the desired color. In the additive models, color are thus obtained by adding various proportion of red, green, blue to get a particular color. When the two of the three primary colors, red, green, blue, is added to each other, this is what happens. Red plus blue gives magenta, blue plus green gives cane, red plus green gives yellow, and then red, green, blue is added to each other, we get white. The second one is subtractive model. This model is just reverse of the additive model. The primary color are obtained by subtracting colors for the spectrum. Colors value. Colors is represented by values of red, green, blue. When the red, green, blue values are minimum and maximum, we get black and white. The minimum value is 1 and the maximum is 2055. Next. red, green, blue. The following able show the subtractive model. Next. Hue, saturation, and luminosity. Hue or chromaticity is the actual color we see like red, blue, and green. Saturation is the use to denote how far is from gray or black. Luminosity is the brightness of the color. Physical colors. When we are dealing physical colors, like using paint or something, we talk about red, yellow, blue as the three basic primary colors. Refer color image at the end of the selection. The concept of red, green, blue, red, and red, yellow, blue is the perspective at which light comes to the viewers. Colors wheel adjust the colors according to its position of the system. As it known that primary colors are red, green, blue, or red, yellow, blue, secondary colors are a combination of two primary colors, while tertiary colors are obtained by adding one primary colors and one secondary colors. Types of colors. Colors position in the colors wheel define the colors types. These colors are the one very nearby on the colors palette. Next. Spectral color wheel. The color wheel shown below is in the form of 20 points. Start show all the 20 basic colors, primary, secondary, tertiary, complementary show by around those, supplementary show those. Physical colors wheel. The colors wheel show in the front of 2 points. Star show all the 20 basic color, primary, secondary, tertiary, complementary, and supplementary. Next. Influence of color. Color play an important role in life. For example, food. If food has an attractive color, it will attract someone to eat it. Colors speak 1,000 words. Red represents start, passion, and anger. Red also represents vitality and lust. Orange represents warmth and luxury, flamboyant and cheerful. This color is very luminous. Yellow, symbol of strength, vitality, and ego, often associated with the me-first type of person. Green indicates the color of nature, symbolizing harmony and balance, hope, renewal, and rejuvenation. Blue. People who like the color blue are generally gentle, loving, and caring. Purple. The color of energy, imagination, and fantasy impress romance. Black. This color reflects the unknown, looks mystery. White. A symbol of purity, innocence, and has a strong connection of youth.
So that's our presentation. I do apologize for all our mistakes. Thank you for attention and watching our presentation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.